Hi, everyone. It is January. Woo woo! January 2024. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it's 2024. I don't even know where the heck 2023 went.
Are you
But
still
fingers
writing?
crossed.
Are you still writing 23 on all your, your checks or your?
Constantly.
Yeah. It
Constantly.
seems like
Yes.
it takes
Very
like a month before you get used to that, right?
right. Get the new habit. For work, I've been having to go back because I have to put notes in to different cases, and I had to go back through like 4 different cases the other day going 24, 24, fixing all the
Yeah,
23s that I had
yeah.
entered. So,
I
yeah,
know
it's
I
fun.
was on my calendar. I couldn't figure out, like, on a computer calendar, and I was like, why why does it say that this date is a Thursday? It's not a Thursday. And then I
Yeah.
realized that I was a year behind. So
Wrong year. Wrong
yeah,
year.
wrong year, wrong year. So hi
Thanks for
everybody. We're
yeah,
happy
hi
to be
everybody.
we're happy New Year. We're happy to be here. So we have some
Exactly.
I know, again, we say this every month, but this is a challenging, and let's just be transparent, a little challenging at first, but
Ugh.
we hope that we simplify this bundle for you. So
Pay
we're
attention to Mary Ellen on this one because I can guarantee you she's going to be much better at it than I am. I've been using this thing all month and I still am struggling with it a little bit, but we do both, I think, have some tips that I think will help the situation and make it go a little easier for you. So fingers crossed that we move into this. And if you haven't signed up for Stamp It Your Way, make sure you do and join us here so that we can see what we're doing, right?
Yeah, it's a super fun bundle. But hey, we didn't introduce ourselves. So I'm Mary Ellen Stites from My Businesses Create With Me, and I'm in East Central Illinois. And my sidekick is Betsy Kreider, and she's Be Creative Stamping. And we are happy to come here every month together. We're about 10 hours apart, but we work together on a project called Stamp It Your Way. If you're not familiar with it, it is a tutorial card packet. You get to make 8 cards this month, 10 cards. It's super exciting. We have bonus projects, and we're going to show those today. And you get the packets pre-cut for you, and $20 in product, which I'll be showing you here in a minute. At least 20. This is over 20 this month for sure. This is definitely a great month. And then we do written tutorials that you can download if you're a subscriber. And we do the video
We do
on
this
the
video.
last Wednesday, right? Last Wednesday of the month. And we premiere that up on our YouTube channel. So we are happy that you're watching today, whether you're a subscriber or not. We're happy to share these projects with you. And if you want more information about the subscription, reach out to either one of us. And we're going to be, throughout this video, we're going to be showing some new product. And if you have questions, please comment or reach out to us, because we are there to help you. So yeah, want to get started? We can
Oh my
go.
gosh, yeah. So are you gonna talk about the new catalogs? The new
Yeah,
catalogs went
yeah,
live on January 4th.
yeah. So I
What
have them
the
right here.
heck?
I have them.
Aren't they
Super
pretty?
exciting. Yeah, super. I mean, cute, right? Super, super
Right.
cute. You think I'm holding
Mhm.
that with 2 hands? Look at that.
It
And
does.
then we have,
Somebody else was
yep,
saying that too. They were like, "Oh,
yeah,
I'm holding that with my hand."
yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's a little
So
optical illusion there.
yeah, I have 3 hands. So anyway, the most exciting time of our year is celebration, and that is when you purchase $50 or more out of either the mini catalog or our annual catalog. You get to pick something out of the celebration catalog for free. So for every $50, or there's some level 2, which is $100, and it is completely free. And it's not just one thing, it compounds. So if you have $100, 150, you get each $50. So super,
Mhm.
super exciting. And we are going to show you some of that product today. So first I want to show you the Hooray for Surprises. This is the bundle that we're using. So this is the stamp set, photopolymer stamp set called Hooray for Surprises. And we'll be showcasing, I think, probably almost all of those images. You're going to see them today. And then these are the dies. And these dies are super unique. Some of them are regular standard dies. You can stamp the little birthday cake here, and then cut it out with a die. But some of them have little perforations, and it's a little hard to see, but you'll see it as we do the videos. This heart is perforated. These two circles have little perforations, and this little zip strip is perforated. So you might be like, what does that mean? Watch the video. We're going to show you how we use these. So Hooray for Surprises is the bundle that we're going to be using today. Then I want to show you just briefly the products that people got if they subscribe to Stamp It Your Way. So usually there's three different things. So we gave everybody an adhesive back hearts and flowers. Now there's some, I'm going to open this up just because you don't see all the pieces. So you've got 4 different colors of hearts and flowers, super, super fun. And then the Baker's Twine 3-color pack, Lemon Lolly, Balmy Blue, and Fleur de Flamingo, which I think we used all 3 of these. You get enough of these products that you can use some on your projects and then have lots and lots left over later. So that's what we are excited about. We always make sure you've got enough to do your projects and then lots and lots. So, I mean, if we pre-cut that for you, you would do the projects and you wouldn't have any left. So this is why we went the product-based way. So this paper is called Most Adored. And this is the paper that you can get for free with a $50 order. I'm showing you one side. This is the gold side. Super,
It's
super
so pretty. It's just
florals. I mean, just everything,
shimmering.
right? Marble,
yeah.
a check, a plaid, a heart, abstract. And then look at this side, Fleur de Flamingo and Real Red. So pretty. Which one's your favorite, Betsy?
Oh, that one's hard because I'm not usually a pink girl. I'm not usually, it's a little bright for me. So I actually have been leaning more towards the gold side, surprisingly.
Yeah. I like the gold, and I use the gold a lot, but I really like this one. This one's really pretty. It's got it's soft, and it's got that it's got that watercolor look. So of course I like it. And then it's like each heart is made out of a little floral type thing, but I use this little red heart a lot. So we gave everybody a full pack of this paper. So that's when I say that it's the value is much more than $20. I guarantee it's much more than $20. So I'm actually going to show you, I'm going to start with this card right here. And I'm going to show you the card. Let me grab it right here. Okay, so here's the card.
It's so pretty. It's so pretty.
You can see that I have the words open here, and then this would just zip open and a message would be behind it. And I may do that here in a little bit, but we've used the new 3D floral folder for this. And there's some tips on, you're going to be like, well, how in the world could you emboss that and cut that so it's perforated and get it in the right place? I'm telling you, we're going to show you how. So this is super cute. Here's that cute little balmy blue, and then I use the little gold hearts, and then it says you're the best. But I didn't show you what was here. Should we show them what's here? How this?
I'm planning on tearing mine apart only because it's been so while since I've made them. I need to remember what I did behind them.
I know.
It's like a surprise for me.
So when your recipient gets it, they can open this, and it's perforate. You can hear it. And it says, hooray, can't wait to see you. You're the best. So cute. Isn't that cute?
Very cute. Okay. I love the interactive part of this. Yes. I love the interactive part. I love the fact that the person you're sending it to is going to have that action, that thing they're going to be able to do to make it just that much more over the top.
Yeah, so cute. So for this one, you're going to need the little heart, perforated heart. So let me show you what's in the packet. You'll get your balmy blue card base, lots of pieces, and some are templates, some are necessary. You'll just watch and we'll see. So we've got a piece for the inside layer, lemon lolly, and basic white. We've got for the front, we need another lemon lolly. For the part that is under, so you'll need a basic white that's going to go under, same size as this designer series paper, that right here. You've got your designer series paper, same size right here. I'm going to kind of stack them together. And then you've got a piece, and I'm going to actually take a pen and I'm going to write the word template on here. And that way I know that that's my template. And you're going to see why this is important. Then you've got a piece of the lemon lolly that is going to be the piece that we're going to emboss here in a minute. And then I've got just a little scrap that for my little open here. I'll stamp and then we'll cut that out. So let me kind of move these out of the way. And I'm going to bring in right away my stamp cut and emboss machine. Ugh. Okay. Now it's going to kind of dominate my desk, and that's okay. All right. So the pieces I need are the designer series paper, and I need my template, and I need my piece of lemon lolly. I want to show you though, before I know, right?
I have to think about it. I have to think about it every time I do it. But I think once people get it down, then it gets easier and easier.
This is the designer series paper. Because I'm stamping, because I was stamping on this, what I did was I cut this in half at 6 inches. Then I used the part that was less hearts. If you use this part here, it's a little heart heavy. So if you go at 6 inches and then cut your 3 3/4 inches up here, you see what I'm saying? You could still get your 4 pieces. You get 2 here and 2 here because the hearts switch directions. So it's
a little bit more white space.
and you'll be able to still get your 4 pieces, which is all you would get. And then you have this strip of heavy hearts that will be, I forget, I'm too close, will be great in another project. Okay, so you're going to stack your template on top of your designer series paper. And this one can either go above here or it can go on your paper. You know you want this to run right down the middle. So what I did was I ran it just like this. Okay, then I'm going to take my heart. My heart is going right in the center. Okay, I'm going to push this up just a smidge because I know that my design is going to have some twine here, and that way this has got a little bit more up here where it's not so heart heavy. It's a little more heart heavy down here. So that's the way I'm going to do it. But I put this plate on. Okay, I'm going to do it like that. Now you could take your tape and tape it. I'm going to risk it and just put this down, and I'm going to cut it just like this. Okay. Now I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to be bringing it in a lot, but I'm going to move it out of the way right now. So what I've got is I've got these 2 pieces here, and I'm going to take those off. We need those, and we just take them off. This piece right here, garbage. Okay, but I want to make sure that I keep these up. This is my template. Here's my cut piece. Now I'm going to take this out, and this is what I'm going to stamp through. I'm going to unperforate it just like
Creates
that.
like a mask, right?
It creates a mask. So let me bring my piece in, my little white piece that I'm going to stamp on just like this. And then I know that I can stamp the hooray, can't wait to see you. And let me get my balmy glue. Can't wait to see you. I want, so that I know that's going to be right where my perforation is. Cute. I want to bring in my lemon lolly, and I'm going to pick my little heart flower. And little heart flower. I don't know why I said heart flower.
It's a heart and a flower. No, it's a flower. But
It's just,
it gives you that little, makes your heart happy. How about that?
Right. Use as many hearts. I got hearts on my mind. Use as many flowers as you want.
She's got hearts on the brain.
I got something on the brain. I'm not sure what it is. I think for the center of this one, on my other card, I used blue. Okay. I think I'm going to use the Flirty Flamingo on this. And I'm just going to, because I'm going to show you why.
Cute.
Okay. So there's the inside. So this is the piece that's going to layer over this. And now we know for sure that when they reveal, it's going to be perfectly perfect. Now I'm going to get the balmy blue out and my heart. And this is going to be probably the hardest part, is just lining this up. And my head can't be in the way, so I'm just going to
You're
stamp
okay.
that. Yeah, because there's no overhead camera, right?
Woo woo.
Or yes, I
Look
guess
at
it
you
is.
go.
It's not bad.
That looks
Right.
pretty
And
good.
then we're going to do some coloring. So I'm going to bring in my garden green, and I'm going to color just right where the leaves are. And the stems.
Cute.
One thing I neglected to say, Betsy, was after you stamp this, you'll see a little bit of, hold on, of course I put it here and now I move stuff. Well, it's on the floor. I had a tissue. You have a little bit of the ink on those little gold hearts. Take a minute and take a tissue. My tissue fell on the floor, so I'm going to use that towel and just wipe that off. And I'm going to bring in, this isn't Lemon Lolly. This is Daffodil Delight, but that's what I have here, so we're going with it.
I think it'll be fine.
The pretty bright, nice bright tulips. Nice springy. Are you ready for spring? I know it's just
Considering we got
January.
a whole bunch of snow yesterday, yes, I am ready.
Yeah. Okay, and then just for a little bit of a, I don't know, detail, you know me in
Sure.
detail, I'm just going to put 3 little dots at the top of my tulips. So it just
Very
adds a
cute.
little color. So that's basically what we have to do to the front. That's all we have to do. So now, here's a tip. When you go to tape this, don't tape the heart. Okay, this is a part that they're going to perforate. So make sure you're taping around it, just like this. If you want to get close so that it kind of holds it down, you can. Just make sure you're not taping over the part that you want them to remove. And then you're just going to make sure that these are stacked on top of each other, just so. Okay.
Cute.
All right. You want to make sure that you cut first and emboss second, because if you go ahead and cut it after you've embossed it, if you do that, then what happens is you lose the image, because it goes through your when it goes through your machine, it smushes it.
Yeah, the plates smush it back down. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So honestly, it does not matter where you put these. I'm just trying to make sure I got on the right side. You could put it in here willy-nilly. It doesn't matter. You
Do you know
can
which
look at
folder?
it.
What folder is
Yeah,
that?
this is the Floral 3D folder that's brand new. Floral.
Ooh, I did
Floral
not
3D.
get that one yet.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, it's really, really pretty. It's like magnolia or a
like a water lily.
water lily, right? Either water lily or
Yeah.
magnolia type, but it is super like 3-dimensional. So you can just see, let me show you this. Let me get this out of the way. How much that just pops. I mean, I know the lighting there.
There
Can
it
you see
goes. Oh
it
my
there? It
goodness. So
really, really
cute.
does. Yeah. So now we're going to go ahead and adhere this to our, it's just like fitting a little puzzle piece, just like that. So we can go ahead and put some tape.
Sneaky, sneaky. Because I was wondering how
Yeah.
you did that.
Yeah,
How did you
it
get
does.
the yellow
It is.
behind it? Yeah.
Yeah, it does take just a little. You have to make sure you're going in the right place. The little seal. Just follow your cut. That's a little wonky, but it's not too bad. And then I
Cute.
am going to take that little scrap and I'm going to stamp the words open here. And I want to show you a little tip on that too. My open here has got a little bit of red ink on it, so I'm going to clean it quickly on my chamois. And then I'm going to take my snips. You can use any piece of paper. Just all you need is just a little scrap. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take a mini glue dot. I found this to be work about the best of anything. Take a little mini glue dot, and then just take your piece here, and you're going to be attaching it to the underside. So when it comes off, then it's going to go with it. So it won't bother your design, as won't interfere with your design, is what I was trying to say.
Just giving them a tip as to where to pull.
Yep. Just giving. You could use the word pull. You could use the word open here. I'm going to get the twine out. This beautiful. This is really soft and nice and thin. I really liked it a lot using it.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, I was really pleased with it. I really like it a lot. So I just wrap it around 2 times. And I'm going to tie a bow on mine. You could tie a knot. It doesn't matter. Stamp it your way. You can do it your own way, however you like. And you know that tying bows on camera is probably the number one hardest thing to do, right? Don't you have to agree with that?
That it is. Like, whenever somebody's watching me, it never works out as well as when I'm all by myself.
Yep. I mean, no, you can make the most beautiful bows, and then you get on the camera and you're like, not so good. So hey, not too bad.
That actually looks really good. Good job.
Pretty good. Okay, so let me bring my pieces back in here. I've got my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine sitting on top of them. All right, so now we're ready to do some assembly. So that wasn't too hard. It's not too hard, but it's just you need to know the process of it, right? Just a little.
It's having that template piece on top. And die cutting them both at the same time that seems to really make a difference.
Yeah, exactly. Then you know me and my bone folder. I like to have a good crisp crease. Then this is just standard card assembly.
I love the springy colors on this.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I know winter just started, but I really it's not my favorite season.
I'm ready for it to be over already.
Yeah.
It just started, but I'm done.
I mean, it's okay, right? But
I keep saying I want to move somewhere where I don't have winter. No snow.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with no snow.
I don't want super blessed hot though. I mean, I'd like summer, but so we're just going to stamp more of those heart flowers around and bring in that Fleur de Flamingo Stampin' Right marker and just dot them. So cute. And that's just layering and putting it in your card. And that's card number 1. So that's the basics of using these reveal dies, or I'm sure there's a better name for them.
Super cute.
Yeah, so cute. Then let's just stamp our envelope too. We've got the ink out right here. We'll use these heart flowers. Once I'm on it, I can't get off of it.
No worries. Bring that up just a little bit and let's see what you did.
Oh, you want to see
there it? Is. There it is. Cute.
Betsy, I almost forgot. I wanted to show a little fun idea with these embellishments. Okay, the color here is Pool Party, which doesn't exactly go with Balmy Blue. So you can take the white flowers and your blend. This is a Balmy Blue blend, and you can just quickly color over the flowers that you want and changes the color. Let me hold it up a little bit to see. I changed this one, and then I'm just going to take my take your pick tool. See, this one's almost out of stuff, and then I'm going to add. Oh, add that to my card. I almost forgot to add a couple little.
You can see that really the blue pop on the white like that.
Better on the white, yeah.
Yeah, you can see it.
I think I like it up there. Isn't that pretty? It just adds a little more
Yep.
pop. It's not blingy, but it's just really pretty. And so I didn't want to forget about that little tip. You know, always when you're thinking that you're looking at your embellishments, you're like, oh, I don't have one that color. Remember, a lot of them can be colored with blends, and this one's kind of fun because it's almost like an ombre look. That if you when you do it in person, the inside's still a little white, and then the edges are a little darker. So super super cute. So let me
Very
bring
cute.
the
That's a
second
great tip.
card. Yeah, it's just an awesome, it's an awesome little idea. Now, this second card, you're going to already see it revealed, okay? Because I did that for photographing. So we're gonna do 3 zips on it. We're with the zip die, and then we're gonna put behind it using the template, sending you lots of love. And I'm gonna show you how to do that because this stamp is it's one stamp. So I'm going to show
Right?
you how I did it, a little bit of omitting, and then these really beautiful hearts, and the card says you are simply amazing. All right, so it's the same idea. I've got little extra pieces in here. You've got the designer series paper, you've got your card base. I pre-cut. You're gonna, if you've got the kit, you're gonna have your own designer series paper. I pre-cut the hearts here. I pre-cut. You're gonna get a piece of granny apple green. I pre-cut the leaves that we'll need. We'll need the inside and this, and then we're gonna need the template and this. Now, these are different sizes. So make sure that you are taking the one piece of basic white that both of these, let me explain. Both of these pieces of Flirty Flamingo are 5 1/4 by 4. One of these pieces of basic white are 5 1/4 by 4. That's your template. So if it makes you feel better, write template. One of these pieces of basic white are a layering piece, 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, so make sure you're getting the right piece of basic white because these are not the same size.
Writing
Okay,
template on it is a
yeah.
really, really good
It
tip.
really helps
Yeah.
me. So I know
Yeah.
this is the inside of my card. I know that this is going to fit. So if you're not sure, like the Flirty Flamingo, use your designer series paper because that's the one that you're going to actually be cutting. So this is just going to be your layer here. So let's go ahead and fold the card in half. Now, on one of my samples, I used basic white. If you don't want this part to be Flirty Flamingo, or you want to do another one after you've done the 2 in your kit because you're going to get Flirty Flamingo, use white. It just gives you another pop. It's really pretty too. So I have them.
So
I just
many
gonna stick them in.
pieces.
I'm gonna stick them inside so that I know where they are. This is gonna
Too
be
many
that's gonna be
pieces.
my work. Here's my template. Let's get going. I'm super happy to be here today. I'm gonna bring in my
We
Stampin'
are
Cut
just
Embossing.
going with the flow, folks.
Oh,
Going with
it's
the flow.
just crafting is just so much fun.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. So I'm gonna bring in the I'm a zip die, or like Betsy said that her group called it a caterpillar die. I think that's super cute. It kind of looks like one, doesn't
It
it?
looks like a little caterpillar.
It does. Okay, so on my card, I'm going to bring it back in so you can see. I'm going to put it right here. I have one facing this way, one facing this way, one facing this way. So I flip-flopped mine. You could have them all going this way or all going this way. And when I say going this way, this part right here is the part that I'm going to stamp the word pull in. So I just put mine so that you went this way, and then you went that way, and then you went back this way. You do it however you want. It's fine. I've got a little bit of reusable, repositionable tape on there. I like to start by putting it right up here, centering it, pressing down, and then I'm going to run that through. Let me get my other plate.
Now,
Here, let me
also what
get
I
another
found for some, when I was doing it, I also found sometimes if I tape the two pieces of paper together, because sometimes depending
Yeah.
on
So
static or anything that you had on your plates or something, if your plates were bowed, maybe the two pieces of paper weren't staying together. Maybe you could add a little washi tape or repositionable tape onto
yeah.
those. That sometimes can help too, right?
Yeah, so I've been really sold on this repositionable tape. I've used washi tape in the past, and I know people rave about it. I don't love it as much because I tend to be rough and tear my paper. So I like this repositionable tape. It's from 3M, and that's what I've been using, and I've been super happy with it. I just have to make sure that I'm not confusing it with my Scotch tape, which I'm going to show you in a little bit here. So now I'm going to go all the way down to my bottom, the bottom of my paper. And now I've got one cut. I've flip-flopped that one around. Well, I kind of flip-flopped too early. It should have been going the same way, but that's okay. And then I'm still going to go this way on this.
Yeah, there's no right way or wrong way. They're just
Yeah.
pulling.
Yeah. So there's my 3 reveal areas. I like to just be real careful. Take that off. All right. So here's what your designer series paper is going to look like. It's hard to see, but I've got my little zips. Here's my template. These are the ones that I can go ahead and undo. So if you want the thrill of zipping, you can just say, well, I get a zip on the template. So
It is hard not to want to tear your card apart
it is
after
so
you've made
fun.
it.
It's so much fun.
It's
You want to
really
be like,
hard not
oh,
to want to put it together.
that's my template, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to do a little stamping on here. I used basic gray. I didn't bring basic gray over here, so I'm going to use red. And I'm just going to stamp the word pull right on the tab part, just like that. Okay, so pull, pull, and pull. Can you see that okay on there?
Very cute. Yes. Looks super cute.
Okay, all right. I'm going to keep the red out because then we're going to use our template. So now I'm going to set this aside for a minute. I'm going to bring in my Flirty Flamingo and my template. And remember I said that, I think this is clean, but I'm just going to make sure. I said that you have to do some omitting. So what I do is I've got a little Scotch tape here. You could use your repositionable, but I'm going to use Scotch tape. And I'm just going to use Scotch tape. And I'm going to start with the center, which is You Lots of Love. And you'll see why, because that's the only time I have to omit, I think, is when I'm doing the middle. So I'm omitting the word sending love. And I'm
You're
going to stamp,
covering them
yep,
up with the tape, right?
covering them up with the tape, and it's going to be super messy. Okay, I want you to see that. You're going to remove this, but you're going to make sure you've got a trash handy, and I've got one right here behind me. I'm going to open it up, stick that in there, and then I'm going to remove this one and stick that in my trash, right in my trash. So that's never going to be on me. And then I'm going to stamp, make sure everything's lined up. My template's lined up. So I'm going to stamp right in the center. Whoops. I didn't get I got one side, but not the other. Let's see how good I am at, oh, not bad. Okay.
That looks pretty good. Good job.
Pretty darn good. Okay.
You gotta
Clean,
love a
clean, clean.
photopolymer. You gotta love
Right?
photopolymer. When you mess up like that, you can just stamp it again.
Yeah. So clean, clean, clean. That's the only time I'm going to need to have tape, is because now I can. So then I'm stamping the sending. I stamped the sending. I think I had a little bit of issues there. And then you're just going to clean, clean, clean between each one. And then I'm going to stamp the word love, just like that. This one wouldn't be as important because even if you had the sending you lots of and it's stamped up here, that's okay. That's a template. Doesn't really matter. Then you can take your little red hearts. If you were stamping this on white, you might want to put the Flirty Flamingo hearts. I'm just going to stamp the little heart there. Super, super cute.
Heart flowers.
Okay.
You stamped hearts that time instead of heart flowers.
Heart, an actual heart. Yes. Okay, so now we know that when we get done, this is going to be exactly where we want it to be. Now, super important, again, make sure when you're gluing, you're not gluing these. But we're going to see if my liquid glue works today. It didn't work yesterday. I want to make sure I'm putting a little glue in between because it helps around. It helps kind of hold the paper so that when you do your reveal, you're not, am I on the camera? I never know. Am I on the camera?
You're
You're
fine.
not,
Yep.
you're not
So it
pulling
doesn't
it up.
pull it all off,
Yeah,
right?
it
So it
doesn't
only
pull it all
leaves.
up.
Yeah.
So if you can go around your zips, or gosh, I don't know what to call those. Your
Caterpillars. I told you, they're little
you go around
caterpillars.
your little caterpillars, you're right. Then that's the best way because that keeps everything tight. And then when you pull it, you're not worried about pulling it all up. Super, super cute. All
Cute.
right, now we've got our hearts. We've got bring in our greens, and we're going to make a little image. We're going to pop this all up. So what I want to do is I can decide, do I want it this way? Do I want it that way? I think I'm going to do it like that. I want to make sure that I'm not interfering with my zip. So with my caterpillar. So I just want to make sure I don't put a mini glue dot or a dimensional way up here, keep it down here, keep it in the center. So I'm pretty happy with that because I can work around those hearts. So when I bring in my dimensionals, which are right here, I'm going to put them right in the center, keeping them close to the center. And then I'm going to take my greenery and I'm going to kind of smush my greenery together just like that. And I'm going to put a dimensional there. Whoops.
There you go.
Get a little off.
Cute.
Yeah. And then I'm going to smush these together and take another dimensional and kind of put it off to the side. So I'm making sure that I'm staying kind of in the middle of everything when I am doing this part. Okay. So that's going to go right in like this. That's cute, cute. Then
Very
I
cute.
have a little scrap of paper, maybe somewhere. I had one right here. And I'm going to stamp the words in red for you. It doesn't matter because you can just snip them out. And just because we didn't really want to give you a teeny tiny piece, you would probably never find it in your packet. So we gave you a little bigger piece so that you could cut it to size the way you want it. Okay, then I'm just going to use a little glue and put that right in the center of my hearts. Whoops. So that at least the front of the card has a little greeting of some kind before you open it for
It's
you.
cute.
And then a little bit of the twine, which is right here. And I'm going to use the Flirty Flamingo on this. We're going to stay with that color theme. And I am going to double it. Just double it. I keep it on the bolt because I don't want to, in case I don't have enough, like I just didn't have enough. Now I have too much, but that's okay. I'd rather have too much than not enough. Then I just pull it. I've got it way too big on this side. Okay, so now I've got like just a double bow.
Cute.
It's hard to see a little, but I'm just going to snip that off. Okay, and I'm going to use a little mini glue dot. I loved your tip last month about taking your mini glue dots and cutting them in half. You don't not know how many times since then that I have done that and was just like, wow, wow. I mean, I usually roll mine. And so to have that, I'm just going to stick it right on here. To have that idea, like, see, it's right where I want it. I love it.
Yep.
It's not huge. I just put my little.
Yeah. There's so many times I have all that extra like sticky appearing and I don't want it. And it's like, well, just cut that darn thing in half.
Exactly. So now we're going to put this on the front of our card, just like this. That completes the front. And we're going to just bring this in. We're going to bring in our Flirty Flamingo ink. You are simply amazing. Mine needs to be re-inked.
Pretty, pretty, pretty. Do you normally send Valentine cards?
Sometimes I do. I've got some nieces and nephews that are a little bit farther away. And so if I was going to send it to anybody, I usually do to them. So I love to just have them have something fun in the mail. I'm not always fantastic about it, but once in a while. So this might be fun. This might be super fun for them. Okay, so now we've got to add some of our little hearts. So I'm going to get my Take Your Pick tool again, which is right here. And I'm going to add a heart, a big heart down here. And then I'm going to use the, I don't know, I think this is Puppy Parade? Do you know? Wait, I've got it right here.
Is it?
It
doesn't say on there, I don't think.
Does it? I think it's Melon Mambo, maybe.
Either that or Sweet Sorbet, because I think it coordinates with the Be Mine Valentine. So, and I think that's Sweet Sorbet in that.
And then, so on the red heart, I'm going to use the Flirty Flamingo or the Petal Pink or whatever color this is. I'm going to put that there. And so there's my 3 little hearts and my For You. You are simply amazing.
Cute.
And then you're going to stamp your envelope to match. I have it here, but it's got
it's lost in the shuffle.
So then this is open and then ready to pull. I'm not going to pull this one. I'm going to leave it. Maybe I will be able to send it to someone. But even though the hearts are here, they're not attached. See? They're not attached. So you can pull that, and it's not going to be in the way. It's going to reveal a pretty amazing message. So that's this super cute card. Now, Betsy, you've got 2 amazing projects to show. Why don't you go ahead and show your projects now?
When I first started using this, I was actually struggling a little bit because I couldn't. Mary Ellen and I talked about it, and she said do a template, and I'm like, I don't understand the template part, so I struggled a little bit with it. But I did want to show you. Once you got that template part down, I felt like it really kind of came together a lot easier. I do have one other little trick I'm going to show you that kind of adds to it. But here's one of my cards. So this is the Make-A-Wish. And I have the inside, hope your birthday is wonderful. But when you make a wish, I thought this little candle, the little candle on the top of the make kind of tied it all together. Now I think I do want to put like something on here that says pull, because right now this doesn't, anybody getting this wouldn't know to pull that. So I think I do need to add like what Mary Ellen did, almost like a little tag off of that says pull. But I'm going to pull this one because it's been a little while so you can see what the reveal is. So as I pull this back, if you're going to make a wish, you should have a candle that you blow out on your cake, right? Make a wish and blow, right? Isn't that cute? So there is my card. So what you're going to have in your packet is, let me kind of throw this aside here. We've got some crumb cake for our base. We've got, of course, our envelope that we're using. I have got 2 pieces of basic white. That's for one's for the inside. And then I've got 2 pieces of Night of Navy. Those are for the front. The hearts, that little heart designer series paper, right? You could use any of those DSPs on this. And I like that one. I have some ribbon. This ribbon is from the Real Red and Burlap ribbon. It kind of comes as a 2-pack. All right, now here, let me throw this kind of aside. And then let me show you all these other little pieces that we've got going on here. So one of the ones you have is like 4 by 3. And what this is for is that you would cut these smaller circles. So I'm using both the circle dies on this one. But one is more for action, like the blue one's going to be for the actual pull. The white one is more just decorative. to kind of put on the top so that you have like that dual layer. So this piece here is what you're going to use to cut to have that piece for the front. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull that off. We're going to pretend here that I've got 3 pieces of basic white, and that's going to be 1 for the piece that's behind that you're stamping, and then 1 for the piece that's going to create your template, okay, which is going to be here. So what I did was just like what Mary Ellen was doing, these are the same size, they're 3 by 3. I put the blue, the Night of Navy, and the template together, and I ran those through, okay? Then when this came off, I pulled this piece off. That creates my template, and then that's my card front. So that when I go to stamp this piece, I know that that's going to line up. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in the stamping on this. So I'm using Real Red, Night of Navy, and Daffodil Delight. And I'm going to go ahead with my cake first. And I am going to bring in my mat. Okay. I am going to bring in my mat so that I can, because it's a photopolymer, bring in the mat here. And I'm going to line this up. Now, I'm going to need to invest in that tape that Mary Ellen was talking about, but I am going to use a little washi tape just so that this thing doesn't keep moving around on me. Now, the nice thing about the template, though, is you see how mine's kind of like a little rough around the top here. It's like torn, but that's okay because that's my template. I don't care if my template gets torn because my card front is actually the piece that's underneath it, right? So I'm going to stamp my cake. And I'm going to come in here. I have a brand new ink pad, so it is super juicy.
Juicy, yeah.
Super juicy, right? So it looks a little on the juicy side. That actually shifted a little bit more, so let me just do that. There we go. I've got my cake. While I have my cake, actually, I'll stamp that later. All right, and then I'm going to bring in my Night of Navy for my little candle. I'm going to put that on my top of my cake, just like that. And then I'm going to bring in my Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to do the little candle flame at the top. So there is my piece. This, because it's the same size, because this is the same size, it should line up directly underneath there. But I'm paranoid. It's probably the only great way to say that. I'm slightly paranoid of like, is it lined up? Isn't it lined up? Should I trust myself? Shouldn't I trust myself? So here's a quick little tip for you. Typically when I look up at a light, I can kind of see through things. So I'm going to blind you here for a second. And I'm bringing in like this little portable light that I have, or I have a little ring light that I was using at first, but I have a little portable light, and and I apologize if I blind you, but I'm going to go ahead and bring this in. Woo, that's a little bright, okay?
It's not bad.
I probably should have warned you to have your sunglasses, but what happens is that when I look through it, if I put this down on here, do you see how I can see where the circle is of the die cut? Because it's dark, you can't really see it as well, but do you see how the circle shines through?
Yeah.
So what I was finding is that I could still see it. It doesn't show up very well on camera, but I can still kind of see the shadow of it through there to know, okay, is that lining up the way that I want it to? So if it's not showing up very well on camera, but you kind of get the idea. Does that make sense? Like almost like a light table, right?
Sure.
Right? It kind of
Yeah.
shines through there, and I can see, oh, is that going to line up where I need it to go?
Yeah. I think the template, really gets you right there. But I think that's a good second
Exactly.
measure. Yeah.
Yeah, because what I was doing was kind of holding things up to the light to kind of make sure that they were lining up where I wanted them to go. In this case, I'm using dimensionals, and I am putting them pretty close, just like what Mary Ellen was saying. Don't overlap onto your piece because you don't want it to, you don't want to be able to pull this. So I'm going to use dimensionals on mine. And then these guys get lined up. Then I know that they're lined up correctly. Okay. So for my card base, I'm going to pull in my crumb cake. Pull in my bone folder. I've got my Night of Navy piece that's going to go on the front. And I did mine at an angle. This one I'm going to go straight on, okay? Because that way then you can kind of see the difference and then you can decide which way you like it.
That's
Because
nice.
some people don't like to do things at an angle. They would much prefer to do them straight on, right?
We call that wonky.
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 I'm going to do it wonky.
Sometimes I don't like wonky, but I've noticed I've been doing wonky more and more.
Well, that one's wonky without me even trying to be wonky.
No, it's not. It's beautiful.
It's still a little wonky, but hey, you get the point. All right, so this one I'm going to bring in, this is going to be my decorative front on here. So I'm going to bring in Make a Wish, and I'm going to bring in my Night of Navy. And again, my ink pads are super juicy. So I'm going to do Make a Wish right here. Okay. And then I'm going to use my, I just kind of thought to kind of tie it all together. Right on the K of make, I'm going to add my flame, just as if that was a candle. Right there.
Cute.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
It's so cute. And then this guy's going to go on the front.
And that one just gets late. I mean, you can glue it wherever because that's not your actual whole
Exactly.
tab.
Yep. I put glue all over the back of it. Yep. Sorry, I did that off of camera. So yeah, that one just goes on flat. Yeah, it's completely glued down because this is the part they're going to end up pulling, right? So in that, with Mary Ellen, let me pull a piece of scrap out here. So just like what she was doing, I might do the same where I have something. Whoop, that's my, oh, I'm crashing and burning over here. I'm going to go ahead and do the red. And I'm going to do pull. Okay. See if I can get that to dry because it is. I'm winging it here a little bit because I do feel like it needs that pull to give them direction. Right, a little glue dot. Little glue dot on that pull part. And then just kind of tuck this underneath that like that. There you go. That's cute, right?
Yeah, I like it.
And then this is going to go on here on the front. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue there. Straight up and down. And then I went ahead and did a bow. With this one, I'm going to do it like bunny ears. So I create two little loops and I put the loops together and then just pull. And then I always keep my fingers on the knot and just keep pulling and tightening till I get what I want. But if you wanted to, instead of doing the heart, instead of doing the ribbon, some people are not ribbon fans, and I totally get that. If that's the case, then use one of those little hearts, like on the embellishments. You could easily do one of those hearts. Let me see here. Let's do that instead, because we're just making it up as we go here, folks.
Well, no, you're stamping it your way.
Absolutely. That's what we're doing. Stamping it your way. Sometimes I can get those to come off and sometimes I can't. There we go. How about that?
Oh, I like it. I like it both ways, but it's nice to have that one straight with the heart and then the other one wonky with the ribbon. It's real pretty.
Yeah. So
I
that
like it
is
both
that.
ways. I don't know if I could decide which way I liked it better.
Right.
Like
The
them both.
wonky or the straight. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of goes together either way. Now for the inside, I went ahead and did kind of slide those out. I know I'm going to stick my arm in this ink pad that's sitting right to the on the side. It's like my arm is just heading right towards it. I feel it. All right. So this one, I'm going to stamp my cake again, but this time I'm going to stamp off because like I said, mine's super juicy. So I'm just using a piece of scrap paper here. I'm going to stamp off And then I'm going to stamp that for the inside. So this is just a little bit of a lighter pink. I'm going to add the greeting, which is hope your birthday is wonderful. I'm using the Night of Navy. Right there. And then again, if you wanted to, you could add a little flame. I'm going to do that right off the H of hope. Cute, right?
Yeah, it's super cute.
And then this is going to go in the inside. Cute, cute, cute. And there's your card.
So cute.
You can see how that's just a fun little pull, and they know now to pull that off and have a little birthday cake to make a wish on. To me, when you're making a wish, you should be able to blow out the candle, right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that is my first card. Super easy. Again, it's just that technique of doing, and of course you do your envelope as well. I've already done mine. You have that technique of doing that where you're putting it, it's just creating that template to make sure that you can kind of see through it, to have a place to stamp. Oh, I must have red all over me. Look, I'm getting red all over my envelope. I'm getting red all over my card. That red ink pad is super juicy. All right, let's throw that aside for now, and let's bring in my second card. And my second card, I wanted to use the gold in the designer paper, but I was like, well, it's a little gold, right? So I thought, okay, what is another way to do that? And this is a really fun technique. I'm going to show you one way, and Mary Ellen's going to show you another way to do this whenever she shows you the bonus card, okay? But this is the card that we're going to do. This is the second card, and it's got this pull here. So I'm going to go ahead just so you can reveal, and I'm going to pull. You are simply amazing. Isn't that cute? So that's their card when they get it. Very cute, right?
Love
so
it.
We're using gray granite as our card base. We are using, oh my gosh, you should see it. I have like red ink now everywhere. It's on my ink pad. It's on everything.
Well, you know what I would say? Just lick it. Just lick it off. It's fine.
Just lick it off. I am not licking my fingers. Sorry, not happening. You have you have your envelope. You have Lemon Lolly, which I have to say is one of my all-time favorite yellows.
Yeah,
Lemon
really
Lolly
yeah.
just makes me happy.
Yes,
It
does.
really, really does.
Yeah,
Boy, I do have a shadow there, don't I? Ooh, I don't even know where that shadow's coming from, but I do have a shadow. So Lemon Lolly is one of my favorite yellows. Yeah. So you're going to have two of those, one for the inside and one for the front. We have our designer series paper. We have some white for in the inside. And then we gave a long piece of scrap white. And this is what you're going to use. And it might not be a one long piece. It might be several, it could be two different pieces. It doesn't matter. But what you're doing is you're using it to stamp your flowers. If you were doing two cards, that's why you have double in here. But I went ahead and did those. That is in Pool Party, Lemon Lolly, and Petal Pink. And you need one of each for your card. So I went ahead and did those already.
Those colors are super yummy.
They are pretty, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we also gave you some Old Olive. And the Old Olive is for these leaf patterns that are also in the die set, right? So we've got the leaf patterns that are here, and of course the flower. So you're going to have a piece of Old Olive that you're going to be able to die cut those out. We've got a little bit of Lemon Lolly twine, and then I have my pieces that are going to be for my pull. So down here, what I have is I've already created my template. You know how to do this now, I think. Everybody kind of knows how to do that, where you run them both through at the same time. Okay. One becomes your template and one is your base. So there's my template, and that's what I'm going to use to stamp on this piece. These are exactly the same size. So I'm going to bring this mat in again. I'm going to bring in a little bit of my tape because I don't trust myself. I tend to get a little crazy with it and it doesn't always line up for me. But the nice thing is that my template, I don't need to worry about it if it rips because that is just a template. So there's my base. I'm going to bring in my old olive and my words. You are simply amazing. I'm going to ink that up. I'm going to do this a little bit towards the center. Right. So there's my base. Take my template off. There's my front. And then this piece will go behind this piece. All right. For the front of my card, I wanted, while I have the green ink out, the old olive ink, I wanted this to have a different tone. I felt like it just didn't, they don't really pop very well on just the gold. So I wanted it to have some color. So I'm bringing in my brayer, or my, actually, did you see we have a new brayer?
Yes.
Did you get it yet?
I did, but I haven't played with it yet.
I did not get it yet because I have an old one and I kind of have my old one that I've kept around for years, but that new one looks like it has some nice features, as in like it's got like little feet on the side of it,
Yeah,
maybe that actually hold it
keeps
up.
it off. Yeah, keeps it
Yeah,
off.
I might have to invest in the new one. So if you have a brayer, you could easily brayer this on. I'm going to use a sponge. I'm going to use a blending brush. I'm going to put some ink here, and then I'm just going to kind of blend that onto my paper where I want it to go. So
That
I'm
really
kind of showing you, the old way, right?
Yeah, that takes the color really, really well, that paper, doesn't it?
It does, right. Yes, it does. And it doesn't seem blotchy or anything like that. It seems to just
No.
really
Yeah.
absorb pretty well.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
like
showing
it.
you the way that we've been doing this for years, as far as using like my scrap paper to start and having my scrap paper where I'm bringing it in. So wait till you see Mary Ellen and what she's going to show you next on the next card, because that one, it's a game changer.
Game
It is
changer,
a
right?
game
That's
changer.
exactly what I say. Game changer.
Game changer. Yeah, it makes a big difference when you get to this new way of doing it. Now I did have a little, just like she said, like a tissue. You just want to pick up and you just want to rub, gently rub, to get any excess ink off of where the gold is, because the gold's going to kind of resist that ink color that you've added there. So I'm just kind of getting that off. So you can make this as light or as dark as you want. Now, one of the things that I did when I first made this card was I went ahead and I embossed the background. Do you see it?
Yeah.
And I think I used the leaf pattern, but you don't have to emboss it. So this one I'm not going to emboss, just so you can kind of see the difference. The embossing, I don't know, is necessarily needed. After I did it, at first I did it, I was like, oh, that's very pretty. But then I was like, oh, is it too busy? So I'm going to do this one without the embossing so that you can see the difference. This one is going to go onto the lemon lolly. So I'm going to add my glue to the lemon lolly here. That looks good. And then this is going to go on my card front. Super easy. Now what I want to do is I want to start to put my flowers down. So I'm just kind of layering those over. They're flat, by the way. I did not use dimensionals on those. You could, I didn't, only because my greeting's going to have a dimensional on it. And I'm actually just adding a little bit of glue right to the center because I'm going to tuck. I want to be able to like access around it. So I'm just adding a little glue to the center because I want to be able to tuck in behind them the leaves. Okay, so those are on. Now I want to be able to add my leaves. And I like how you did that where you kind of squished it together. And I'm just adding a little bit of liquid glue. And the nice thing about this is I can just pick this up now and tuck that down underneath. Little liquid glue. Doing it to the front so you can see it there.
Yeah.
And again, I'm just kind of deciding where I want it to go and adding it. And this one, I'm going to go over here to the side. This one you have to come in a little deep because you don't want it to go off your card base off the side. So you're just adding a little bit tucking out there. And there's my leaves. Easy, right?
Yeah.
These two guys are going to go together, but I want to be able to stamp the pull on here. So let me clean this quickly because it has red ink on it. Clean this. Let's try cleaning it again where it actually cleans. Obviously, my chamois needs a bath. And I'm going to bring in the old olive again. And I'm going to stamp pull right here. These two are going to go together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use mini dimensionals in this case because this is pretty narrow and I like that dimension. So you could just use it where it is flat. But I kind of like the dimension look. So I'm going to add these, and I actually did use quite a few of them because we want it to kind of stay together. Because I did it in the center, you should be able to get the little mini glue dots all the way around. Anybody else dimensional crazy like me?
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah, I think so.
On this next card, I felt like I had to also, and there's a reason why. Sometimes there's reasons.
Yeah, there's a reason, method to our madness, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna pull those backings off here. Come on. Go. All right. This is gonna go together.
That's smart to hold it down on your desk like that.
Yeah, to kind of get them so that they kind of line up a little bit, that
Yeah.
it's flat. They're both flat on the table. I did get
Yes.
that a little extra on that side, but I think that's okay. So I'm just going to trim it down a little bit. There we go. Perfect. All right. And again, if I don't know if it'll work this time or not, but I don't know. Ah, there you see it. Can you see it now?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
You see it, and you can kind of see where the greeting is flowing through there. So that's why the light technique is just kind of gives you a little bit of an extra, just a extra verification that it's going where you want it to go. I wanted to have, now you could use your twine to add it to the center of any of those, but I thought it would be cute just to have the twine still on the card, right? So that it's still kind of associated with it even after we did the pull. So while this is, before I've attached it to my card, I'm kind of going underneath it, right? But then feeding it up through and under the pull, and then I'm tying my bow. So that it's underneath my pull.
That's a good idea.
That way then when they pull it, it stays. And then I just had it kind of at the top, right there. And you can trim off any excess you don't need. And then this is going to go actually just glued down flat because we've already got some dimension going there. And this is going to line up right along the bottom. So that there's the front of my card. Now on this one, I use, instead of using the embellishments, I think we're including these with, you're not getting a full pack, but you're getting enough to do like your 2 cards. The nice thing about these is they kind of come in like a color zone. Lots of really cute colors. They are called Rainbow Adhesive Back Dots, and they're in the new catalog. I just love the pastel-y look of these, and they match these colors exactly. So this little section, like you're going to get, you'll get 1 complete row right here, and that's enough for you to do both your cards because you can mix and match the colors. So I'm going to use like a large pool party. I get that to come off. There you go. Large pool party. I'm going to use a little of the petal pink, and then I'm going to bring in a small of the lemon lolly, and maybe I'll put that one down here. Okay. The last step, and then you have the other 3 for the next card that you're doing if you got Stamp It Your Way. The last thing I wanted to do, just because I felt like, okay, does it have enough bling? Do we ever have enough bling? I don't think we do we?
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
So you see the difference between the embossing and not embossing. So if you're going to emboss it, do the sponging, get the color on, and then send it through your die cutting machine with a embossing folder, and then you'll get that embossed look behind it. But I think it's good either way, with or without. I don't know that you necessarily need it. But I did add some Wink of Stella just to the centers of my flowers, just to give those a little extra shine. There you go. And then the last thing that I did here was I stamped my inside. You can see that here. I did the layers, and then I did also the petal pink on the envelope. How about that?
Yeah, that's lovely.
Super easy, right?
Yeah, I like it. And once you get the idea down with the template, it really is.
All right, so super easy. Yes, I agree. The template, once you know the template, we're good to go. So this month we offered a bonus card. We just love this technique so much. And once we kind of got it down, it was like, okay, there's so much you could keep doing with this. We decided to offer a bonus project this month, and Mary Ellen's going to show us how to do that. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, so the first thing you're going to notice is this glass mat that I have on my desk. So it's the end of January. You've probably seen it. You probably want it. And I'm going to show you why you need it.
It is gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
It
so
is
first
gorgeous.
of all, to tell you a little bit about it, it's about 17 by 14 or a little over, yeah, about 17 by 14 inches. It's big. I have enjoyed it. It comes with, they call it, is it a kit? They call it a kit, or I can't remember, something. Anyway,
yeah,
the silicone once it's on there, it's not moving. This can be used for, I'll probably be using it for watercoloring, anything. I think Betsy showed it a little bit last month, and you can clean your brushes on here. You can put your ink in here. You can use this for spots. It holds spots, and it's not coming out. It's just, well, there it comes out. So, and it's not coming out. Yeah. And then it also comes with a chamois. Now I keep mine in a little case. This one's a little different than our normal. It's a chamois cloth for wiping down your surface. So I want to show you the bonus project. I'm super excited about it because we're using the little zip type dies. We can do something with like a little money. You've probably seen these before, a little money card. And this is the one that I designed using a little, you can buy these on Amazon, but we've included 2 of them in your packet. And then using the most adored paper. And then now I've already unzipped mine a little bit, but putting the zip back here with the word pull, then when you unzip it, the money, you can get the money out of your card easily. So it's a little birthday, make a wish, hooray, hope your birthday is wonderful card. And I want to show you several little tips on it. So in your packet, we had to put it in, this is not one that's probably going to go in an envelope. It's just not going to mail. This is going to be something you're going to want to put, if you mail it, put it in a padded envelope. so that your little thing doesn't get, your little piece here doesn't get smushed. Now, I think that chapsticks fit in here too. Isn't that right, Betsy?
I think so, right? It's like the perfect size for that.
Yeah. So you're going to have
Mhm.
a card base. I've got two here. You're going to
You
have
can put
a thick,
anything in there. You could
yeah.
imagine putting little
Oh
like
yeah.
mini M&Ms in there. That
Oh
would be
yeah. Yeah. You're
super
right.
cute,
You're right.
right?
You're right. You're right for sure. So you're going to get a thick, very vanilla card base. I decided to go very vanilla on this. You're going to get pieces for your inside layer, very vanilla and very burst. I wanted to make this card so that it was good for both men and women. It didn't have to be just men or women. So you're
Mhm.
also going to get a layer for the front, pretty peacock. You're going to cut your most adored paper, 3 3/4 by 5, and then 5 1/4 by 4. You're going to get a couple pieces of sticky for your money holder, and then this is the more dazzle paper in gold. Isn't that pretty?
It's so pretty.
2.5 inches and or 2 2 1/4 and 2.5, I believe, circles. So we've done those for you in advance, and then a couple pieces to stamp your little Make-A-Wish. But I want to show you first how to color this paper using the glass mat and what makes it so nice. So I'm going to bring in pretty peacock ink. I'm going to move
So
these.
remember, I just did it on scrap paper, and you think about how much ink you waste,
Yeah.
right?
You waste a lot of ink. So you know how we ink this up and then we get it on our thing. We're going to do it right on our glass mat. So we're inking, we're pouncing, and I'm going to do an ombre look. So I'm going to come onto my paper and I'm going to start at the top. And as I go down my paper, it's going to get lighter and lighter. Okay. So I'm just going to start with a basic color. So I've got a little super light here. It's a medium. I can pick up this color and go back onto my card. I can keep picking up that color and use it all.
There's no way I can do that on scrap paper. No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. You can pick this up and keep using it. You can go back here. So you're making yourself a little bit of a palette. It's super
I saw
nice.
somebody the other day, Mary Ellen, who took their ink pad and just squished their ink pad right onto the glass plate.
Oh, you could definitely do that. If you don't
Yep.
like to brush onto your pad, then you could
Yep.
definitely do that. So I'm making the top of my paper just a little bit darker, and I'm bringing it down. I feel like what I've got here, I'm going to leave. But you see how I've got an ombre, dark, medium to light. I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to just do my top part here. I'm going to get all my ink, pick it up just like this, just to darken that up just a little. So that's pretty good. Dark, kind of going to a
It's
really
very
light.
pretty. Very pretty.
Now, before I move on, what I'm going to do is I've pretty much picked up most of this ink, but it's still a little bit there and I don't want it all over. Just take your chamois and wipe that clean, just like that. That's all it takes.
Love
So
it.
cute. Now, we are going to be putting the little money holder in this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece and we're going to take this piece and we're going to layer them. Now, there is two ways that you can do this. We don't want to glue them together yet because we've got to sandwich the we're going to add our money and sandwich that little piece in between the designer series paper and our cardstock. So what we could do is two things. You can either, I've used, when I did it originally, I'm going to show you two ways. Stamp it your way. I use the stitch rectangle die. The stitch rectangle die is retired, okay? But it fits perfectly. The piece fits perfectly in the stitch rectangle. And then I ran it right here on the side like that, and that fit in there. But I got thinking, we've included these two pieces. This is part of the piece that is for that money holder. And this part right here is throwaway, okay? But we're going to use it for a template. I think this is going to work. We're going to put it down.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Doy. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my, I have put the X-Acto blade.
So for anybody that doesn't know, you can get attachments now for your Take Your Pick tool. They are, they came out, I think, about in April with the annual catalog. There's all kinds of attachments, and the Hobby Blade is one of them.
So I'm hoping, if this works right, that I can just go around my piece here. Okay, so I'm not,
if you were doing this at home, you also could have maybe put like a little bit of that temporary adhesive in between the two layers so that there's, or just a little bit of adhesive like right in the middle, just so these two pieces are together, but not like solid together, that you can still have the capability of getting them apart.
I'm going to lift this up and just see if I've gone through, pretty much gone through, not quite.
And the great thing is you're doing that right on the glass mat. I mean, it's not like you have to have a different mat.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what happens. I think this one's fine. I think this would just be a little bit of snip. So there, that came off perfectly fine. Then this one, same thing. You could just come in and open that up just like this. This is not going to be seen. This part is not going to be seen at all. So if it's not perfect, super easy. Okay, I feel really good about that. This I don't care about, but because like I said,
cute.
So let's move that out of the way. I think that worked really, really well.
Cute idea.
And now we can go ahead and put our money. I've got a $5 bill here, and I'm just going to roll that up.
You're going to send this card to me, right?
Yeah.
With the money?
Do you want?
Because I don't think you sent me a sample, and I think it needs money in it.
Yeah. What do you want? A 50, 100?
Any will work.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be just as happy. I'd be just as happy with the mini M&Ms.
Oh, you're so okay. So I want to tell you about something that I did, and Betsy can laugh about it. I made this card, and I'm like, okay, this is like so working, so good, la la la. And when I got it done, so this will go through here. When I got it done, it looked like this, and my $5 bill was upside down. It just bothered me so much. Make sure your $5 bill is not upside down. So,
by the way, FYI, she sent me a picture of the card, and she's like, I can't make this stuff up. And I'm like, looking at this card going, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand what she's upset about. It took her telling me that the 5 was upside down. So trust me, she's the only one that's probably going to notice that.
No, it bothered me. So this is just the adhesive. This is just it's a little, funky, but you can get it on there. You want to put it on the side that's up. So you're going to get that adhesive off, and then you're just going to lay your money holder here. Before you do anything, you've got to take your card base. And when I did this one, I will admit I did it like you did it, Betsy. I did a little bit of the light boxy type thing. So I'm just going to take my pencil and I'm just marking a couple places here. And then what you're going to do is I can see those through the light. So I can see that through the light. Okay, so now you're going to take the zip die, and I've got the little pencil marks. So I'm using my pencil marks as my guide. They just have to be over that. Now my card opens like this. I want my pull at the top. I'm holding it up to the light. I can see it very clearly that my, if I zip it like this, it's going to open up. You could also put this on there. You could also
be able to see through it that way as well.
I don't know if you'll be able to see that. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera. I'd have to have light underneath it. So, but I can see that it's going to zip right down the middle perfectly. Okay, so now I'm going to get my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and bring it in. So I'm just going to put my folder to the seam. You could put it over and just not run it through, but if you're worried about where, just put your fold right here, and once you go past that fold, it's not going to mark or cut anything. So you can just keep going right through just like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, usually you have a card base. You have something in the inside. We usually always put some stuff in the inside of our cards anyway. So even if it did like leave a little mark on there, I think it would be fine.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be covered up. So, so that's that. And we can take that off like that. And we're going to get our little word pull. We're going to clean it with our chamois cloth because that's what we have right here. And this this little chamois cloth washes just like your other chamois. You can rinse them underwater or wash them in the, I wash mine in the washing machine with my rag towels, my dog towels. I wash them with that. So I just want the word pull right there. Now let's work on finishing up the front. So we're going to have the layer here. So we want to go ahead and I'm going to use glue because of it being kind of three-dimensional. Hold on, I'm layering that. Am I on the camera? I don't even know.
You're good. You're good. You're good. I wonder if, hey, we're winging it here, girlfriend. I think on that one, can you just put, instead of putting the glue on there, can you put the glue on your card base?
You could put it on your card base. I just think if I did glue here, if I told myself, okay, glue on both of those lines and then glue here, doesn't matter.
There you go.
If I say, okay, glue here on both sides, then I'm fine.
Then it's not on the pull. There you go.
Then it's not on your pull. Okay. So that is the card basically in a nutshell. Now we've got to go ahead and decorate it. So here's our pull tab. When we pull it, we can release the M&Ms or the money or whatever. So I did, you wanted this to be a birthday card. I'm giving someone money. Here's my little dazzling paper, and I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. So I'm going to start with Lost Lagoon ink, and I'm going to start with the birthday cake, and I'm going to stamp it off. I can stamp right onto my glass mat to stamp off some of the ink, and then I have a nice light cake right here. I can come in with my chamois and wipe that right off. So no mess. I don't have to throw my grid paper away like I do. Super, super fun being able to do that. It makes me happy. It makes me happy.
Now I love this glass mat. Yeah, I'm in love with it. Yeah, it's a keeper.
I wasn't sure, but boy.
Do you notice also that you don't have any kind of a mat underneath you, even though you're using photopolymer, you did not need a mat.
I meant to mention that. So because it's a very hard surface, when you're using photopolymer, you get a clean image with the glass mat and you don't need a spongy mat. This piece right here is spongy. That's why you don't see me pulling out a mat a lot of times, because there's give right here. That's got some give to it. But this one being hard surface works great. Sometimes our tables give, and that's when we get our funky images. Because I'm going to add some more words to this, I want my candle to be super, super long. And then I'm not going to stamp the flame. I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to bring in my embellishments, if I can find them. Here they are. How about that? And I'm going to, it's a miracle. I'm going to take the little yellow Daffodil Delight heart, which was supposed to be on my finger. And I'm going to use the heart as
the flame. Cute idea.
Yeah, it's super cute. And then I'm going to take the Daffodil Delight marker, and I'm going to do just a little bit of light coming.
Just like the stamp has.
Yeah, so cute. You don't have to worry about that little bit there, because we're going to take that little scrap of paper and we're going to stamp Make a Wish. We're just going to stamp Make a, and we're going to use the edge of our pad just to highlight or omit the word wish. And we can stamp that. Okay. And then while I have it, I might as well stamp the word wish on my 1/2 inch very vanilla. You see how
what color
I
is that? Is that berry burst?
Yeah, berry burst. And then I can just stamp the word wish, just like that. Okay, so let's put our ink away, and then we're going to flag. I'm going to make sure I don't have the ink on my fingers. We're going to flag the ends of make a. Just a little flag going into the center and then up from each corner.
Mm-hmm.
Then I love to use the edge of the mini dimensionals because they give you about 3/8 of an inch of just
dimensional. Yeah, it's
just
like
dimensional.
extra.
That's
You
just
can use it for
right
everything.
for everything. So all you
Mm-hmm.
need to do is just cut a little strip like that. It's wonderful.
I use it all the time. Yeah, it's like it's the best little edging. It's
Yeah, don't ever throw that away. When you just need a little strip, just like that. Okay. Now, of course, this card would benefit from some Wink Stella. We'll leave that up to you. I told you I was going to tell you that on this card, it benefits from a ton of dimensionals. And the reason is because when you are adhering to this glitter paper, this glimmer paper, it does take something a little extra special. Don't you think, Betsy?
I think so. Typically, I try to use like liquid glue when I'm working with it because it does need that extra little bit of dimension to really make
The
it stick.
dimensionals work great.
Little extra adhesive.
The seal, not so much. It tends to want to pop off of there. Liquid glue, fantastic. But the seal, not so much. So we're going to add this, and I'm just going to bring in my liquid glue to our card. And you can put this wherever you want. I'm just going to put it aside there. And then I am going to trim this one down. I'm not going to flag it. I'm just
So if you have not done this card yet, maybe what you want to do is before you cut that piece on the side, maybe kind of put your gold circle down, see where it's going to lay out first. That way it'll give you a little bit of an idea of where to go with that.
Yeah, if you don't want to be worried that, oh, I'm not going to be able to fit that. So I just have about 3/8 of an inch here. I didn't mention that. Thank you for saying something. You definitely want to go on the side. Now, my original one, I had the money down here. The problem is your pull tab is long, too long to go across here. I just want to have it go this way. I think that works out good with the $5. You can see the money, $50, $50. Send me $50. Right? Now, you could put on this card, I'm not going to do it on this card, but on here, I just added some yellow hearts to the wish. So that's entirely up to you. Now we've got to stamp our inside, and that's all there is to it. All I'm doing
this
is
highlighting. An excellent bonus card, by the way. Excellent bonus card.
Really, really fun. Really, really fun. I'm going to try to just stamp Hooray. Cute. Not too bad. And then I'm going to stamp with the berry burst. I'm going to stamp the happy birthday greeting.
So remember, with Stamp It Your Way, the way we work Stamp It Your Way is that we open up registration at the beginning of the month. On the first of the month, we open up registration for the current month, and then we close it on the 10th. That way we can get everything ordered by the 11th and then get packets out to you as soon as possible. So this, obviously, the Hooray for Surprises was for January. We're super excited even for next month, right?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, next month's fun too because we're still in celebration, right? So we've got some secrets. We've got some surprises for you there.
Yep.
So I just stamped, got it both colors, just bringing both colors in from the front, using the Pretty Peacock and the Berry Burst, adding my little candle, fun, and then finishing it off on the inside just like this. And then, of course, stamping the candle onto your envelope. So it's so fun.
It is cute. I love the colors. Bright.
Yeah, I think it
very cute.
It work for a boy or a girl. I really do, male or female, masculine or feminine. I don't think it really is one or the other.
No, I don't think so.
On this one, so you can see the pull, then you can just come in here and take that money out. Just, pull it out and go buy yourself something. Get you a
there you go. Woo-hoo! Excellent job, Mary Ellen. Woo-hoo! I like it.
That dazzle paper and that gold, this gold paper with the dazzle paper is just brilliant.
I think the Hooray for Surprises. I think the Hooray for Surprises is one of those bundles that you really have to kind of see. And once you
Yeah.
see it, you're like, okay, now I get it. Now I
Oh,
get how
it
this works.
definitely, no question, hands down. You have to, it's not as super intuitive. It's something that you're like, okay, how does this work? And I
Yeah.
think hopefully coming tonight and watching the video or today and seeing how it works will help you tremendously. Learning,
Mhm.
how to use a template and getting perfect placement. Perfect placement.
Yep. Yeah, this is remember, yeah, definitely be sure to subscribe if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channels. Please do so. That helps us to know that you're loving what you're seeing. Comment on the video. We'd love to see what you think, think of this bundle, and what cards you can think of to create. And I can't wait to play with this a little bit more. Yeah, and this is all about creating and sharing and being with you guys. So even if you're not part of Stamp It Your Way, we completely understand. But we're glad that you joined us and glad you watched.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
All right, we'll see you next month for, I think I can't remember the one we're doing. I know
Heartfelt,
heartfelt.
heartfelt. Yep, heartfelt
Mhm.
hexagon with heartfelt hellos.
Exactly. Yep. And there's some celebration products that we're going to be using with it as well. So very excited.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Everybody have a great month. Have a nice winter. Be safe, stay warm.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.